be excited. We're talking now, I'm delighted. I hate it when we're fighting. All I want is us united. Maybe your parents don't see it, and I don't wanna get them heated. I know it's all deep-seated. Promise I won't mistreat it. How do I say don't run away? Whatever it takes, I need you to stay. Found me a life, found me a wife, and this time I'm not slipping. I don't wanna be the one you're missing. I don't wanna be the ex. I don't wanna be a bittersweet memory. I don't wanna see the end. I can't bear the thought of going solo or sticking to my friends. I don't wanna be the one you're missing.
Alright, let's play some jams in here.
I don't wanna be
Yo! What's up? What's good, bro? What's doing? Oh, thanks, man. Alright, safety first.
Safety first.
I got a few questions.
Let's
if you
hear
don't
'em.
mind me asking. But first question, what's up, Dylan? How are you?
I'm excellent, bro. I'm trying to stay safe, stay sanitized, you know, the whole nine.
So, when did you start writing this song, The X?
So I started writing it last summer. So like over like summer 2019, I like had this really small tiny section of the song stuck in my head. The section where it's like la 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 la, like that was stuck in my head, bro. I remember waking up on one morning and like just singing it like as I was brushing my teeth, and I was like, the song is stuck in my head. And I was working like a event services job, and one of the people on my team was like, bro, write it, it means it's supposed to be a song. And like we were all laughing because that's ridiculous, right? Like we were it was just like funny to us because I hadn't like I didn't have any intentions of like releasing music. Like at this point I was still doing shows around Lakeland, but I didn't have any intention of like releasing music. So then I just I threw a few lines together, and then I smashed that little like section of like melody right onto the end of it, and was like, here's a demo of a song that I wrote that I might work on further. But that was it. So I started it last June 2019.
Oh yeah,
It feels like so long ago, bro.
June 2019.
It feels like so long ago, but it was less than a year.
So like, why the gap in time? Like, was there any?
So I actually, yeah, like I said, I wasn't intending on like releasing it. I wrote a bunch of music that summer because I took a break from my band, and they were all like, they had all gone in their separate ways, and it was just me here working this job. So I had written a bunch of music, and I had posted a few demos on Instagram and stuff like that. And I wasn't allowed to do shows because of my work schedule, so I couldn't really book anything. So I was like, well, I'm gonna just focus on music, like alone in my room with my little keyboard and my guitar and like GarageBand. And then I think during the fall, I was like all over the place, man, like looking for someone who I trusted stylistically and just who I trusted as a person. And then also that wouldn't kill me financially. So I was like, it was a while before I like found someone before I found Luis, who I was like, bro, this guy checks all the boxes. He's good at what he does. I trust him. And it wasn't like a nightmare. Like he did it for like a solid amount. So yeah, it took long because I just took long finding like a producer and like a place to get the song recorded.
How long has a song been actually like finished?
Been done?
Yeah.
I would say I didn't finish the song until like pretty close to the date that I had reserved to record it. So I think we tracked vocals like at some point in like February, like late February, like before March had kicked off. I didn't finish the song until like mid-February.
Okay.
If that was the case. So like the song, I had the chorus and I had that section done, but I like wrote a first verse like in the new year, like over Christmas break, and then during the year I had already found Luis at this point, so I like just voice messaged him and I was like, bro, what do you think about this as a second verse? And I just sung it. He's like, yo, that's it. I think the song's done.
Ooh.
So we were like, frick, let's do it then. So we got together and we tracked vocals, and we were like, that's it. I guess that's the whole song.
Oh,
So we
yeah.
finished it.
Now we have like the beat and the reason why you're like, man, I need to make this a song.
Yeah.
And we know how you produced it, but like, what was the reasoning for the reason why you wrote it?
Like the lyrics and stuff.
Yeah, the meaning behind it.
Okay, so the song is about like being like not wanting to lose my lover, which is like, it sounds so like corny saying that, but it's like definitely one of those. It's definitely one of those songs that I like hold really dear to my heart. Like the X feels like a message, and I scared a lot of people with the title. I like a lot of people. A lot of people like reached out to me and also to my girlfriend and was like, are you guys broken up? And like a lot of people asked me if we had broke up or whatever. I was like, no, I'm not Taylor Swift. Like my first single isn't gonna. That's not what this is. Being someone's like ex is like this always this like bittersweet thing. It's like this sweet spot between like I learned so much from that relationship, and there was so much good, but like there was so much pain. So there's always like this conflict of like it's good and it's bad. But for me, like, to lose Gina would be like all bad. Like I don't even want to be in that stage. That's why one of the lines is I don't want to be a bittersweet memory. I don't want to see the end. Like that's just worst case scenario for me. So I was like, I'm gonna write about it and see what happens.
Yeah, I know that was like one of my first questions when I saw
Really?
the title. I'm like, is everything good?
Were you scared too? Were you scared too? Everyone was scared. Everyone was scared. That's funny.
We have one single.
Yes.
Is there an expectation for a second?
There's an expectation for a second. In terms of like, I can promise that it's happening. In terms of like timing and stuff like that, I'm not sure yet.
Okay.
Having made the X and like the whole process of doing it was a blast. Like I was like, this is so cool. I'm like one of those people where like I'm really into performing and shows and stuff like that, but the artistry of music like scares me a lot. Like the writing and recording and producing and like PR and like the videos and stuff like that stuff freaks me out a little bit.
Sorry.
It's not your fault. So I definitely want to keep making art because like that's the only thing tangible that I have where I can be like, this is who I am, this is my artistry, this is my musical like identity almost. So I want to keep making records, and I definitely have like I have a lot of cool ideas for what the next single might be and a lot of like completed songs. So I'm like definitely in the kitchen cooking. And I think I like don't know if I should even be saying this, but I'm gonna say it anyways.
Oh,
The next thing might be like before fall ends.
okay.
Like it'll be like
So
late
2020.
summer. Yeah, for sure 2020.
Okay.
For sure 2020.
Okay.
Like late summer, maybe like early fall. It might be sooner depending on how this whole corona thing plays out. How much studio time I can get and stuff like that.
And,
Yeah.
which I don't know if everyone's thinking this, but why just Dames?
Wait, what?
Like, so you're
Oh, the name. This is funny because I thought you said games. I was like, people have always said to me like Dylan Dames is such a cool sounding name, like that's a celebrity name, but I've never thought so. I've always like thought like my name sounds like something that's super formal, that's like at the end of an email, like excited to collaborate, Dylan Dames, like you know what I mean? But it doesn't give me like artist vibes. Like I feel like a singular name sounds so cool, and especially like since it's like Dames is my last name, but also it's like a dame's a British lady, and I feel like plural names are so cool, like Borns and like churches, like those are such cool artist names. So I just think it sounds good, and I think I'm not straying like too far from like my name, so it's easy to remember for people that know me, and then it's like cool and like palatable for people that don't. I think if I had like a crazy name that was so different from my name, then it'd be kind of weird. But I think Dames is like a perfect like balance. I wanted it to be caps locked, like I wanted it to be all caps. But one, I feel like that's like a little intense. Do you know what I mean?
Screaming your name.
I know, Dames.
Now, one thing you were pretty well known for a bit is doing collabs with people.
Yes.
Are we thinking about possibly continuing that trend, or is this more of a like Dylan Dames like trying to establish something?
I definitely want to establish myself as a solo artist, and I want to make that clear that Dames isn't a band or a group or a collective or like a team or anything. I want to make it clear that that is me. However, I like at the heart, I'm like such an arranger and such like a composer. That sounds like I think I'm like the best dude on the planet. Like I'm a composer. Like that is my sweet spot. I love choirs. I love groups. I love ensembles. Like I love putting things together. That's why I had so much fun with Woodfields with the band. But I do need to focus on like myself now and me. I know in myself that this is what I want to do, and I trust myself to like keep working toward it. And I can't say the same for all the people that I've worked with. So I definitely think it's time to like step out and do things on my own. But that part of me that like wants to arrange and wants to put stuff together isn't going away. So it'll probably be like a lot of features if I ever did like a really big project. Yeah.
All right. So one last one. Is
Let's
this
hear
the
it.
first love song you ever written?
It's actually not.
Oh.
It's actually not this is so funny. It's not the first love song that I've ever written. So if like last summer, like I said, I had written a bunch of songs and I wasn't gonna release like the acts. Like this wasn't gonna be the thing that I like went out on. I was gonna release a song that I wrote called God I Made Up. But before I had written that song, I wrote this song. This is like really, really, really embarrassing actually, because I thought it was so good. I thought it was so vibey. It was called like Chillin' With Ya or something. And I wrote it in like freshman or sophomore year, I think. I wrote it in like 2017, and I sent it to someone who like I knew was like into production and into music and stuff like that, and he sent me it back, and it was a solid version. I was like, this is a cool demo. I want to keep working on this song. Then I lost all motivation. I just didn't like it anymore, and I like wouldn't say that it was like a terrible song, but it was just like cringy, and like I was also trying to do things that were definitely outside of what I'm like typically got or what is true to me musically. So it wasn't the first love. The X wasn't the first love song I wrote, but it's definitely the first one that I think I'm proud of and that I think tells my story.
Yeah, I definitely still have that like
Really?
like stuck in my head. I actually want to make it like part of my intro.
Oh my freaking gosh, bro! Are you kidding me? Do it. People don't understand how that makes my heart so full when people say that the song is in their head or they were singing it or something.
Oh yeah.
Like one of my friends was like, yeah, bro, I was like humming it while I was like doing my hair. I was like, bro, that's the goal. That's what I want.
Well, if you guys haven't checked it out, go check it out in the description. Have it on Spotify, YouTube,
Apple Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you listen to music.
Yeah, The X by Dane. Yeah, thanks you guys for watching.
The thought of going solo was sticking to my friends.